For older adults, taking specific vitamins before bed is crucial. Otherwise, the relentless depletion of muscle tissue will continue. Human muscles diminish every night, and most seniors often don't realize the true reasons behind this phenomenon. After age 60, up to 3% of muscle strength is lost annually. The reason isn't the natural aging process, but rather a deficiency in one key element that should be supplied to the body before sleep: the right vitamins. Time is relentless, and once this insidious and often imperceptible reduction in muscle mass reaches a critical point, the consequences extend far beyond mere weakness. Falls become more frequent, bones become more fragile and prone to fractures, independence is lost, and the overall situation worsens. The real threat lies in the fact that most older adults don't take the necessary vitamins, especially at night when they are most effective. In fact, 93% of adults over 65 face a deficiency in at least one of 7 key vitamins designed to protect muscles during sleep. If a person is over 60, the absence of these vitamins can determine the line between walking independently and needing assistance within the next 5 years. There are 7 most powerful vitamins that older adults are strongly advised to take before bed. Each plays a crucial role in counteracting nocturnal muscle tissue catabolism. Research shows that the absence of even one of these components can more than double the rate of nocturnal muscle fiber degradation. This is not a mistake or an exaggeration. All facts presented here are based on rigorous scientific research. Magnesium. Magnesium is not an ordinary dietary supplement. It is a fundamental component of the nocturnal muscle tissue recovery system. However, it should be specifically noted that most forms of magnesium exhibit low bioavailability. Magnesium glycinate is the preferred form. This variety effortlessly crosses the gastrointestinal barrier and reaches muscle fibers during sleep. Its action can be compared to a calming signal that promotes muscle relaxation. Even more significantly, it activates a family of enzymes in muscle tissue that help stabilize cellular hydration and optimize oxygen uptake. In its absence, muscle fibers are subjected to tension, cramps, and dehydration, leading to their gradual weakening, especially at night. A study conducted at the University of Palermo showed that older adults over 65 who took 250 mg of magnesium glycinate every night for 3 months recorded a 34% improvement in morning muscle function. Participants in the same group also reported fewer leg cramps, reduced joint stiffness, and improved sleep quality. What is the special significance of the nocturnal period? Because during sleep, human muscles enter an active recovery phase. It is then that the parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for regeneration, takes the lead, and magnesium serves as an essential catalyst for its function. Without sufficient magnesium, the entire regeneration process slows down. The accumulation of such nocturnal delays inevitably leads to significant muscle mass loss over time. The solution is extremely simple. Take magnesium glycinate approximately 30 minutes before bed with a small glass of warm water. Do not take it with food, almonds, spinach, or multivitamins. Only pure glycinate is needed. This is one of the most underrated ways to effectively counteract muscle mass loss during nocturnal rest. Vitamin B12. This vitamin is a vital element that ensures the smooth functioning of your muscles' electrical system. Without its sufficient presence, signals from the brain cannot be fully transmitted along nerve fibers to command muscles to move, recover, or grow. And this presents a colossal problem, especially at night. As we age, stomach acid levels in the body decrease, and this acid is critically important for absorbing B12 from consumed food. This means that even with regular meat consumption or multivitamin intake, your body may not be getting enough B12. B12 deficiency is often called the silent destroyer of muscle strength. Initially, its manifestations go unnoticed. Then, one day, a person suddenly realizes their legs feel heavy, balance is impaired, and their gait resembles moving through sticky, wet cement. This is how the process begins. A large-scale study conducted at Tufts University convincingly demonstrated that 39% of older adults suffering from muscle weakness also had a B12 deficiency. Another scientific report published in a reputable neurology journal showed that older adults who regularly took high doses of methylcobalamin the active form of B12, reported an impressive 49% improvement in neuromuscular coordination in just 8 weeks. Dosing time also plays a significant role. When B12 is taken at night, especially in sublingual or liquid form placed under the tongue, it bypasses the digestive tract and directly supports nerve fiber regeneration during the deepest sleep cycles. It is during this period that the body performs neurological maintenance, and that is when B12 provides maximum benefit. If you are over 60 and not taking methyl B12 before bed, your nervous system may be subtly weakening, taking precious muscle control with it. The simplest and most effective method is to place a 1000 mcg methyl B12 tablet under your tongue an hour before bed. Let it dissolve completely. No water is required for this. This is all that's needed to wake up with a more confident gait, quicker reflexes, and significantly improved brain-muscle connection. Vitamin D3. Most people mistakenly believe that vitamin D is exclusively for bone health, but for those over 60, this belief can cost real muscle mass. The fact is, vitamin D3 is not just a vitamin. It's a powerful hormone that activates genes within your muscle fibers. These genes are responsible for signals that tell your body to build new tissue, store energy efficiently, and actively resist breakdown. Without sufficient D3, these genes remain switched off, and your muscles begin to shrink significantly faster. Worse still, low D3 levels deactivate your fast-twitch muscle fibers, the very ones critical for balance, climbing stairs, and quick reactions to prevent falls. A randomized controlled trial published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology showed that older adults taking 2,000 international units of D3 daily for 12 weeks demonstrated an 18% increase in lower limb strength. Another study conducted in Switzerland revealed that individuals with the lowest D3 levels were twice as likely to suffer from muscle loss severe enough to require mobility aids. The problem is that D3 levels decline overnight if blood reserves are insufficient, and it is during this period that its presence is most crucial. At night, your muscles undergo a vital process known as protein synthesis. It is then that D3 instructs your cells to absorb amino acids and repair damaged tissues. If D3 is absent, this repair never fully occurs, so you wake up weaker than the day before. But here's the subtlety. D3 works best at night in conjunction with healthy fats. Taking it after dinner with a spoonful of nut butter or even a small piece of avocado increases its absorption by over 60%. Make this an integral part of your evening ritual. One tiny D3 soft gel combined with a small amount of fat can do far more for muscle preservation than all the resistance bands and protein shakes in the world. If this crucial hormonal signal is absent, the muscle-building process simply doesn't happen. Vitamin E. Most people perceive vitamin E as a skin enhancer, but for older adults it's much more like reliable muscle armor. This vitamin protects muscle tissue from real damage that occurs at night, oxidative stress. This process is characterized by unstable molecules, known as free radicals, attacking healthy body cells. Your muscle cells are among the most vulnerable. At night, the human body enters a deep recovery mode, and this regeneration process inevitably causes inflammatory reactions. Vitamin E acts as a reliable shield. It envelops muscle cells, blocking these inflammatory attacks and preventing irreversible damage. Without its sufficient presence, your muscle membranes break down faster, the recovery process slows, and your strength begins to subtly disappear. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults with higher vitamin E intake demonstrated 27% better physical performance, including grip strength and walking speed. Another study conducted at the University of Arkansas revealed that taking 400 international units of natural tocopherol before bed significantly reduced nocturnal markers of muscle damage in older adults. However, not all vitamin E supplements are equally effective. You need the natural form, not synthetic, and it should be taken on an empty stomach, approximately an hour after your last meal, which makes nighttime ideal. During this period, your body enters deep sleep and full recovery mode, and that's when oxidative stress hits hardest. One soft gel taken right before bed can noticeably improve your strength over time, especially if you're recovering from exercise or injury. You won't feel an instant effect, but after a few weeks, you'll notice less soreness, more stable balance, and muscles that don't fatigue as quickly. This is the invisible yet powerful force of real vitamin E. Vitamin B6. You've probably seen vitamin B6 in multivitamins and perhaps considered it less significant. However, for older adults, B6 is like the ignition key that starts your muscle engine at night. Without it, the body cannot efficiently process protein. It doesn't matter how much chicken, eggs, or protein shakes you consume. If B6 is insufficient, that protein remains unused, and your muscles continue to shrink. A distinctive feature of B6 is that it activates amino acid metabolism within muscle cells. This means it helps convert dietary protein into actual muscle tissue. A study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults with higher blood B6 levels retain 22% more lean muscle mass over a 3-year period than those with low levels. This serves as a long-term buffer against age-related atrophy. Another study conducted at Tufts University revealed that B6 supplementation helps slow the rate of muscle protein breakdown during sleep by up to 18%. This is because at night, your body enters an anabolic state, a state of recovery and repair. B6 doesn't just support this process, it makes it possible. The best way to take B6 is in P5P form, which is the active form directly utilized by your body. Take it separately approximately 60 minutes before bed, preferably with water. Do not take it with food. Food can shorten its absorption window, especially in older adults with slower digestion. The effects won't be dramatic overnight, but after a few weeks, you'll start to notice improved recovery, a bit more stamina in the mornings, and easier maintenance or even gain of lean mass. What most people consider impossible after 65. But it's not when B6 is working for you. Vitamin C. You've probably been told that vitamin C is essential for fighting colds. However, the truth is that vitamin C is one of the most underrated compounds for muscle healing in older adults, and its effectiveness is maximized when taken right before bed. The reason is this. Vitamin C is critically important for collagen production. Collagen is a protein that serves as the binding element for your muscles. Without sufficient collagen, your muscle fibers become extremely fragile. They are easily torn, recover slowly, and, most alarmingly, lose their density. This is when sarcopenia begins, a condition where muscle mass steadily disappears due to the natural aging process. One landmark study published in the British Journal of Nutrition convincingly showed that older adults with the highest vitamin C intake had a 67% lower risk of muscle mass loss. This is a very significant figure. Another study conducted at Oregon State University revealed that even a mild vitamin C deficiency led to a 25% reduction in collagen synthesis in just 2 weeks. This means your body is unable to even repair the muscle damage that naturally occurs throughout the day. And when does your body recover most actively? During deep sleep. That's why nighttime vitamin C intake demonstrates such high effectiveness. Taking it before bed helps saturate your tissues with the necessary raw materials for muscle fiber repair. However, not all forms are equally beneficial. Buffered vitamin C or liposomal forms are gentler on the stomach and better absorbed during sleep cycles. It should be taken on an empty stomach, at least an hour after your last meal. 1 gram is usually sufficient. You'll notice reduced aches, improved joint mobility, and stronger connective tissue in just a few weeks. Your muscles won't just stop breaking down. They'll start healing faster than they have in years. And if you're taking collagen or protein before bed, vitamin C is the component that activates their beneficial properties. Without it, they don't work. Vitamin K2. We've come to the most important vitamin of all. Its absence alone doubled nocturnal muscle mass loss, and 99% of older adults don't take it correctly. We're talking about vitamin K2. Most people have never even heard of it. Yet, vitamin K2 is the single most important vitamin older adults need at night if they want to stop their muscles from wasting away. Why? Because K2 controls where calcium goes in your body. Without K2, calcium goes into your arteries, not your bones or muscles. This creates a double disaster: hardened arteries and soft muscles. But when you take K2, something incredible happens. Calcium is redirected to the bone muscle matrix, where it strengthens both structure and function. A recent study published in the journal Nutrients showed that older adults who took K2 for 12 weeks reported a 55% increase in mitochondrial efficiency within their muscle cells. This means their muscles burned energy better, worked longer, and resisted fatigue. Another university study showed that K2 supplementation improved leg muscle strength by 37% in older adults without changing their diet or activity. The most shocking finding: in people with K2 deficiency, nocturnal muscle breakdown doubled. That's how powerful this vitamin is. It's not just about absorption, but also about direction. K2 tells your body to deposit minerals in the right place, and without it, you lose the very foundation of muscle density and coordination. The best form is MK7, which is a long-acting version that stays in the bloodstream for up to 72 hours, but it must be taken with fat for proper absorption. The most effective way is to take one capsule with a small spoonful of coconut oil or peanut butter before bed. That's when your body begins mineral redistribution. That's when your bones and muscles repair themselves. And that's when K2 starts working. If you've experienced random muscle weakness, cramps, or poor recovery after activity, even if you eat well and exercise, it could all be linked to K2. Most older adults don't just have a deficiency, they've never taken it correctly. But once you start, the difference will be real. Your legs will feel stronger, your steps more confident, and your risk of long-term frailty will begin to decrease. 5 key recommendations for optimizing vitamin absorption and achieving maximum benefit. First, it is crucial to always take fat-soluble vitamins, which include D3, K2, and E, in combination with a small amount of healthy fats. For example, just 1 spoonful of peanut butter, a few almonds, or a small piece of avocado can increase their absorption by the body by an impressive 70%. Without a fat component, a significant portion of the supplement taken will simply pass through the digestive system without providing the expected benefits. Second, you should absolutely avoid taking calcium simultaneously with zinc or magnesium. These vital minerals actively compete for the same absorption pathways in the body. When consumed together, they can mutually inhibit each other's absorption, significantly reducing the effectiveness of each. Therefore, it is strongly recommended to separate their intake, maintaining an interval of at least 1 hour. Third, whenever possible, prioritize the active forms of each vitamin. This means choosing methyl B12 instead of cyanocobalamin, MK7 form instead of standard K2, and magnesium glycinate instead of oxide. Such forms have significantly better bioavailability, allowing them to be effectively absorbed by the body and purposefully reach muscle tissues, ensuring maximum effect. Fourth, strictly adhere to regular vitamin intake. The human body functions according to specific biological cycles, and missing even a few days can seriously disrupt these vital recovery processes. It is necessary to develop a consistent habit of taking them before bed, making it as integral a part of your daily routine as, for example, brushing your teeth. Fifth, maintain adequate body hydration. Water plays a key role in transporting these vitamins through your circulatory system and delivering them directly to cells. Always take supplements with a small glass of water. It is strongly not recommended to swallow them dry, as this can reduce absorption efficiency and cause discomfort. You have just received valuable information about 7 essential vitamins that can radically change how you feel every morning. These changes may not manifest in decades or even months, but as early as tonight. The truth is that the vast majority of older adults often don't realize the significant damage inflicted on their bodies during nocturnal sleep. It is during this time that muscle fibers become dehydrated, vital protein synthesis slows down, and inflammatory processes begin to dominate. However, you now possess the knowledge of how to effectively counteract these negative phenomena. Magnesium promotes the activation of recovery processes. Vitamin B12 nourishes the nervous system. D3 stimulates muscle tissue growth. Vitamin E provides cell protection. B6 participates in muscle building with protein. Vitamin C promotes healing through collagen, and K2 helps lock all these processes into place. Each of these vitamins performs its unique function, but all demonstrate maximum effectiveness when acting together, and most importantly, at night. This is not just speculative theory. This is scientifically proven information, supported by clinical results, real research, and tangible changes in the lives of older adults, just like you.